What is up, YouTube? It's Despia and Josh here, and today, or last night actually, I'm just making the video today, I went undefeated in a 40-man 5-round locals, playing the absolute best deck in my opinion, Branded Despia. So, quick decklist video. YCS Vancouver is literally tomorrow, and I am loving this list. This is the list I submitted and will be playing for the YCS Vancouver, and I think it's actually just really consistent. Throughout all my testing and at the tournament last night, I didn't brick once, and I actually 2-0'd all of my opponents except for one in round 4 against Rescue Ace, where I lost the die roll and lost game 1, but won game 2 and 3. But all the other 4 rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, not 4, 1, 2, 3, and 5, I 2-0'd my opponents all the way up to the finals. So, without further ado, quick intro. I'm going to give you guys the best Branded Despia list. So, of course, 3 Aliber. I got my ultis, they're beautiful. I'm sure this card's going to get hit in the future, so if you see a list that's not playing 3, I'm going to be honest right now, that is wrong. Max out while you can. Galzo says it too. Listen to him, he's a good Branded duelist. 3 Albaz. 3 isn't necessary. I like it. I think it's what's better to play over 2. You can play 2. I was testing with 2 a lot, but the third one comes up quite often, especially in grind games. And if you're not entering grind games often, you're either not a good duelist or you're not playing against a good duelist. Grind games should happen often in a match where your skill level is matched with your opponent. So, yeah. Third one really comes up in the grind game. How I see it is you always want 1 in hand, 1 in grave, and 1 in deck. So, the third one, in my opinion, is necessary. Now we're playing 2 Cartesia. That's fully standard. You shouldn't be playing any more, shouldn't be playing any less until there's hits to the deck. Then maybe 3 is acceptable, but for now, 2 is perfect. 1 Quem. You can play 2, but you shouldn't, in my opinion. She is an extender. She is not a starter. While she can be a starter if you open up like Albion, Serenir, like Retribution line combo pieces, but she's not a starter on her own, unlike Aliber, so you only play 1. Merc, not a starter, combo piece, helps you play around Nib, it's an extra interruption. Tragedy, not a starter, but it makes 2 other cards in the deck starters. Adlib, the only 100% brick in the deck that you never really want to open it, but if you open it, it's honestly fine. It's fusion material, and you just discard it off opening or Lubellion. So it's the biggest brick in the deck, but it's only like a half brick. Albion, I love seeing this card. This card's insane. I would honestly consider bumping it up if my deck wasn't above 40. And then Bestial Package, 1 Lubellion, crazy card. 1 Serenir, crazy card. Nothing more to be said. And that's it for the Monster Engine. For Monster Hand Traps, we're playing 3 Ash and 3 Effect Veiler. Pretty standard hand traps. Ash is in like in every list. Veiler is really only in lists that have so much non-engine slots, or in decks that can like use it as part of engine. My deck is one of those decks, you know, it's a light spellcaster. So there's the synergy. For spells, we got our 3 Branded Fusion, and yeah, your boy picked up 3 ultis. They are beautiful. They all got the swirl. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but they all have it. And also from the prize packs, I got 12 OTS last night, and I did pull a 4th one actually. I just traded it away at the check-in venue earlier today at the YCS. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be great. And then continuing on a little sidetrack there, we got 3 Branded Opening, standard. 3 Deployment, also standard. You could play 2, I like 3. And I'm also playing, this is a non-engine slot, I'm playing 3 Eclipse. I think it's a little bit better than Moon right now, simply because you can hit more at everything, and especially in my deck, it's Ash bait, right? It's either they Ash this or they Ash my Fusion. Which are they going to pick? So there's a little bit of synergy on why I'm playing Eclipse over Moon. It's a higher impact, plus my deck has enough power to beat over everything so they don't draw. And yeah, they Ash this or my Fusion. They pick, right? Anyways, we're playing 2 Crossout, 4 set Ash. Crossout Designator is good card. I honestly keep it in going second because As long as I'm opening Eclipse or at least one hand trap, as long as Fusion resolves, I'm able to break almost every board imaginable except for like a Purely board with Noir. With Purely, I kind of just have to like open 2 hand traps or Eclipse, right? But any other board instead of Purely, Crossout helps me break boards just by helping me resolve Fusion. And then for more engine, we have Lost and Red. I love that this has a super now. I hated having this as a common. Honestly, magical meltdown of the deck. So good, so good. I love it. And then we're playing 1 talent instead of a 3rd crossout. Here's more engine. We're playing 1 called by, Foolish. 1 called by We Hate Ash. 1 Gold Sark. Again, it's the 1 card starter with Tragedy, same thing with Foolish. And for traps, we're playing 1 Imperm, it's a good hand trap, and it's a crossout target. And then, oh, I dropped it. Where did it go? And then, for the last trap, we're playing the 1 Retribution. So this is a 43 card list. It's actually pretty consistent. I haven't bricked with it at all, and I've been liking it. But let's move on to the extra deck first before anything. This is where it's a little bit less standard. We've got 2 Mirror Jades, standard, 2 Albion, standard, and here's a little bit not standard, we're playing 2 Lubellion instead of 1. I think 2 is nice simply because there are times where you want to leave it on field and shuffle back other resources that you need, and then just having the second one lets you do that, right? And especially if you're playing 2 Albaz, you should be playing 2 Lubellion, just so that you can leave it on field, shuffle other stuff back, honestly. But yeah, 2 is nice. It lets you make riskier plays with less risk, and you don't really need anything else. So 2 Lubellion, and 2 Granguinol, standard. 1 Chimera, good card. 1 Sanctifier, really good card. Evenly matched, no longer FTKs the deck. 1 Rinbrum, good card. 1 Titan, good card. 1 Stapelia, it's just a good card. Quertus and Lulu. Alright, good cards. You're sending this sometimes off of Granguinol. And honestly, summoning this is so good. The negate effect is so good against so many decks, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand why people are always... yeah, you send it for Quem, but you don't even have to do that. Like, you don't even need Quem on your end board. Yeah, it's nice, but you don't need it. Right? Like, it's so good to just hard summon this off of Granguinol's effect. Like, the negate effect is so good. People still don't know about its second, or its first effect, actually. People only ever really use it for its second effect to summon Cartesia, Ecclesia, or Clem from deck, right? But the second effect comes up a lot. It's won me a lot of games. And the 500 attack boost is really useful. And that's it for the extra. Move on to the side. Play 3 Droll. I'm honestly not a fan of this card. I am only playing it because Vanadium is a deck that exists, and they will FTK us if we don't see this or 2 other hand traps, right? So we gotta play this just quite literally for that. It's a bonus that's good against other rogue decks and Dragon Link too, but this is mostly for Vanadium. I would rather be playing Bystials if Kashtira wasn't a deck or Vanadium wasn't a deck over Droll. I'd rather be playing Bystials on the side, but for now it has to be this just because it's format. You play Pank, good card. Honestly, almost every time I open this card, I am winning. Like, it's just so good. And the funny thing is that with Sanctifier, I can just revive Pank, and I can just keep recycling Pankratops. It's so nice. And then this is really nice too. We're playing Triple Thrust. This is not only like board breaker searching, you know, it's also engine. Going second, you can search Fusion with this, Fusion deployment. Thrust is an engine card, honestly. It's just that good. And then we're playing 2 Cyclone. This is our anti-spell hate, along with Pank. Pank is also anti-spell hate, which I realized back then is one of the reasons why I'm playing it. It's not only a good board breaker, but it's anti-spell hate. We hate that card. We need outs to it. And then for thrust targets, we're playing 1 Harpies, 1 Dark Ruler, 1 Herald. I would not be playing this if Purely did not exist, but Purely exists. We have to play this card. Purely is such a good deck, it has to be respected. And then for our final thrust targets, for going first thrust targets, we're playing 2 Daruma Cannon. This card is also really strong against Purely. It outs Noir, and it's just good going going first against other decks, right? Like, say they Ash Fusion and you don't have any other extenders, you go Thrust, you set a Daruma Cannon, you're at least living to the next turn unless they have MST or Cosmic, right? And then for our last 15 card is another Thrust target, it's just D-Barrier. Now, the thing about D-Barrier in this deck is why it's really nice is I can side it in going second simply because I play cross out, so I can cross it out. It's a cross out target, and it's a thrust target, so lots of synergy with the D-Barrier in this build. I'm really loving it. This is what I'm playing for the YCS. So thank you, duelists, for watching. I'll see you guys at the YCS maybe. If not, maybe you guys will see me on the feature mat. We'll see. Also, shout out to Insane TCG for making this nice branded field center. It's got Quem in the front and Ecclesia or Cartesia on the back. Really nice metal field center. Go check out his website. Not sponsored, by the way. I just really like it. Might as well promote it. So, yeah. I'll see you guys at YCS, and hopefully I'll be winning with Despia. Peace.